radio killed the radio star.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Mike here with another bike park video. Come join me for a ride at the lesser-known Vail Bike Park in Colorado. I'm riding with a few friends, but most importantly, I'm riding with Zach, who knows Vail Bike Park like the back of his hand. I've gotta say, Vail Bike Park surprised me in the best way possible, and I want to share this experience with you too. In this video, I'm going to review Vail Bike Park, as well as share a couple of the trails that make it great. Our journey started the night before in the campgrounds across from Vail Mountain. There are lots of Forest Service roads up there, which means free sites and beautiful campgrounds. We had a great night eating jambalaya and hanging by the campfire, and then we went to bed to get ready for Vail the next day. The first trail on the agenda for today was called Radio Flyer. Radio Flyer is a blue downhill flow trail. I'm not joking when I say that Radio Flyer might be the best blue flow trail I've ever done. It was awesome for beginners to intermediate riders. It had so many berms, small drops, and small jumps that you could either roll or jump. However, for the advanced rider, it had a lot more to offer. The trail really rewards pumping and generating speed. The amount of rollers and berms allow you to use your body without actually having to pedal to maintain and even generate speed. Additionally, all of the jumps have little link-up options as well, where you can take a different route each time through the trail. For example, you can choose to pump the roller, pump the berm, and then hit the jump, or you can jump the roller, pump the berm, and then roll the following jump. There are so many different options to generate speed, and it made the trail really mentally stimulating, despite being a blue. I love riding tech in some of the bigger jump lines, but I'm not joking when I say that I could probably lap Radio Flyer all day. You can push as hard as you want, or you can just relax. You can try to clear every double, or you can just pump them and be along for the ride. This section right here is a good summary of what the rest of Radio Flyer looked like. It's just roller after berm to roller to berm to roller. There is so much terrain built into this little trail. This section coming up right here is funny because it actually reminded me of a ski trail. I don't know how many of y'all ski, but ski trails have what we call side hits, where they're little jumps or tree sections off to the side of the trail that you can hit. I've never seen them built on a bike course quite like this, where they're built off to the side of the road, but it was a lot of fun.
Yo, this is built like a ski run. There's so many different little options. Yeah, really fun.
We did a few other blues while we were here, but Radio Flyer was by far my favorite. We did a blue called Big Mamba as well, which was fun, but Radio Flyer has it beat by a mile. It's prettier, there's more variety, there's bigger jumps, but you don't have to hit them, there's more berms, the dirt's better. It was just all around a really good time. For the next minute or so, I'm going to show some cuts of Radio Flyer and the sections I like, but I cannot emphasize enough. The whole trail is good. There aren't any parts that really suck. If you're sick of hearing about Radio Flyer and want to skip ahead, use the chapter markers to do so. Otherwise, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
Yoo-hoo.
This section of Radio Flyer is worth calling out, actually. I found it hilarious. This is just an enormous section of rollers. I counted, and there are 29 rollers here. Feel free to QA me on that, though. You end what's a long, 4-minute run by just pumping 29 rollers in a row. I thought it was so funny. It was also a lot of fun. I really like pumping rollers.
That's a workout.
Oh, didn't see you there. You thought Radio Flyer was done. You poor naive thing. There are still 5 more minutes of Radio Flyer. I'm not gonna make you watch that though. I'll just make you watch 30 seconds. It gets a little steeper in this last part and just a little bit dustier. Really fun still.
Wow!
So next on the agenda is some black tech. This trail is called Main Lane.
Alright, we're on the main line trail at Vail.
I thought it was called Main Line the whole day though, so just ignore that. It was probably the most difficult trail I did of the day, and we did it multiple times because it was a ton of fun. Although Vail has double blacks, I didn't have time to ride any of them today. We decided to get some food and margaritas at El Sabor instead of riding more. Good decision overall. You're probably wondering right now, Mike, you said this was a black tech trail. Where's the black tech? Well, we're gonna skip to that.
This is a black diamond trail. Little mix of second jumps. Yoo! Yeah, dude. We're surfing today. Oh, this one's hard to clear, huh? Oh,
Fuck, my bad.
you're good. That's sick. That's a
table off the road.
What's up?
The little half table, half double when you cross the road. It's like you come.
Main lane part 2.
He's talking to his camera.
No. I was actually asking that because like we just did main lane, right?
I think.
Yeah. Was that the part? Oh, she's got that. Do we want to stop though and make sure they're good? All right, I'm gonna get a little run in on this.
Am I giving you enough room?
No, you're good, yeah. All right, now I'm talking to the camera. This is mainline part 2. Oh, I was just making sure she was good. Yeah. I didn't realize it literally ends right here.
Yeah.
Alright, so that back there was Main Lane, and that was a favorite of the day. I think we did that trail 3 times today. It was definitely a Black Diamond Tech trail. It got super steep and rocky at parts, and I think the rating was very fair. At other resorts, some might even call certain sections of that trail a double black, but I think black is a pretty fair rating for Colorado. After the Main Lane trail, there's just these berms that take you back down to the gondola so you can get up and do another lap. Instead of taking you for another lap though, I'm going to sum up what makes Vail Bike Park great, and maybe get in a little mini lap. Going into Vail Bike Park, I had pretty low expectations. I don't know many people that ride here often. People usually choose to ride the classic 3, Keystone, Trestle, or Stone S. After having just ridden Copper, which wasn't really great to be honest, I was a little skeptical of bike parks that weren't Keystone, Trestle, or Vail. I have a separate video on Copper if you want to check it out. They're building new trails and making it better, but it's not great right now. I don't mean to diss them, it's just the truth. Okay, now back to Vail. I featured 2 main trails at Vail today. Those trails were Radio Flyer and Main Lane. Vail has a lot more to offer than these 2 trails, but I think these 2 trails are a good summary of what makes Vail great. One thing that I wish I got on camera, but I didn't because my GoPro died, was the PMT trail. There were some properly big jumps on the PMT trail, maybe 15 to 20 feet. You know, like Rainmaker size jumps. Vail has a ton of variety in their trail system, and the trails are built very well. Radio Flyer is fast, flowy, and it's a choose your own adventure run where you can take a new line every time and not get bored. Main lane is fast at time, has a few small jumps, and it's very techy. There are other techy trails here too, like Old 9 and PMT, that are both built very well and a ton of fun. Right now you're seeing a combination of riding on Old 9 and PMT. I got part of PMT on camera, but I didn't get the whole trail. Vail Bike Park is also organized very well. At the bottom of the gondola they had people handing out free snacks, and it took me all of 1 minute to pick up my lift ticket. At Trestle, it can take like an hour to get your lift ticket if you go on a busy day. Today's a Sunday, so it definitely should have been busy, and we were able to get our lift ticket easily. There's also a ton of vertical at Vail. The runs are 3,450 vert for a full gondola run down. That is a ton of vert. For comparison, at Trestle, you can get about 1,700 feet of vertical in one run, and at Snowmass, if you take 2 chair lifts, you can get about 2,900 feet of vertical.
PMT!
Another thing that makes Vail great for me is that it's beautiful. There are tons of aspen trees here, and you get beautiful panoramic views of the surrounding scenery. There's also free National Forest campsites nearby, and it really wasn't hard to find a site, considering that this is peak fall color season, so I'm really stoked about that as well. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, please consider helping out the channel by liking and subscribing. It costs you nothing, and it helps me out a ton. Additionally, buy yourself some bike gear at Jensen USA using my affiliate link in the description below. You deserve it. Peace.